How many bosses do you have? At work, you might have one boss, and that guy is a boss, and that guy is a boss. You can have a lot of bosses at work. When you go home, are you the boss, or is there someone else in charge? When you're driving, is there someone else in charge? Gotta watch out for those police cruisers. Everywhere you go, you often have different bosses, and it can cause real problems. But listen to what Paul writes in Ephesians chapter 1. God made known to us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he purposed in Christ, to be put into effect when the times will have reached their fulfillment, to bring all things in heaven and on earth together under one head, even Christ. So the goal here is to get Jesus to be in charge of everything. So that when you're at work, Jesus is in charge. And when you're at home, Jesus is in charge. And when you're driving the car, Jesus is in charge. And that sounds terrible. I mean, I've had a lot of good bosses, but I would not want them in charge of me at my house, no matter how good that boss is. There are some pretty good government workers, but I don't want them in charge of my work. And maybe you see the problem here. If you put one person in charge of everything, oh, that's terrible. Except that the person in charge here is Jesus. All this stuff that we've had the last 2 weeks, look at how filled with grace he is. That he redeems us with his blood. That he is not stingy with his grace. That is the God who's in charge. That's a pretty good God to have in charge.